It's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Belal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like John, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday we gon' give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet, and retweet. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
Yes, it is. Remember the Show. We're back, baby. Episode 1 in the books. We are here. Belal Muhammad on your screen. My name is Jason Anik. We made it through episode 1. We're back, man. Good to see you, brother. We're trying to tighten things up a little bit. Prior to this week, I had no social media profile picture, no social media posts. We got a profile pic. We got a little bio. We're getting it going. It's revolving. Belal, great to see you, brother. How was your week, man? Good to see you, man.
Good, man. Man, like when I was sitting there making those posters before the show, and I was like, man, I gotta get a picture of you. And I'm like, there's no pictures of you anywhere on the internet. I was like, what is this guy? So I went to John's picture, and I was gonna put fake hair on him, and then make a long ponytail. But then I saw one of you guys running. I was like, all right, I'll cut and paste this one. And then I saw you finally make a poster, and I was like, finally, there we go. Now we got a face to it. People can finally see it. You're not John, and you're your own person. And now we're making moves.
It's crazy, man. Well, it's great to see you, man. You know, we're getting our feet wet here. A lot of bumps in the road. This is new for both of us. We appreciate everybody tuning in. No doubt about it. Bullies Bix delivered again. 8-4-1. Nico Price probably would have got it done without the eye poke, so maybe we'll give you a 9-4. Certainly want to hear about you on certain fights. I know your teammate had a rough 17 seconds there. I'm sure the Russian community and others want to hear a little bit about what you have to say about Chimaev, but certainly a lot to talk about with that card, but it's hard for me not to start with you, with Khamzat, if I'm pronouncing it right, Chimaev. Man,
honestly, you know, the guy is real. That's like the biggest thing you could say now. Gerald Mearshart is like a close friend, a good training partner, like literally one of the best guys I've ever trained with. And I know that Gerald's a monster. He's a beast. And if it's up to me, if they fight 10 times, I'm picking Gerald 10 out of 10 times. Like, I'm always going to pick him no matter what, because I know how good Gerald is. And Chimaev just went out there and he put on a show. Like, he did, like, everything that could have went right for him, went right for him. Like, if there's a way to be more dominant and, like, just to add to your hype, like, we saw him his first 2 fights. He's taking guys down. He's dominated them on the ground, and he showed that, okay, he's a wrestler, he's a grappler. But all Russians are grapplers. All Russians are wrestlers. So it's not nothing new there. It's no surprise. But, like, he showed now that he has stand-up. He has striking. And the thing about that him is that you really don't see a lot of Russians that like talk trash. Like, a lot of them are mostly humble, don't speak good English. Him, he doesn't really speak good English, but like he knows the right things to say, the right things to trigger, the right things to say in a press conference. At the press conference, I felt like he held up his own really very well. With English being his like second language, or who knows, third language, but like the guy knows how to hold himself at a press conference. He knows how to talk. He's not afraid to tweet at guys. Like, he's an exciting guy. Like I said, if he wasn't fighting my teammate, I'd be cheering for the guy, because those are the type of guys that I want to see, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan too. So I love watching fighters like that talk and then back it up. But you know, you just feel for my guy, man. Literally, in this sport, it's literally all it takes is one punch, one wrong move, and you could go out. And people don't understand that. Like, obviously, they hyped up him so much. They hyped up Chimaev. He was this beast, this monster. Then you had all them guys. Literally, my DMs are full to the top. I had to start blocking people, because literally all of them, oh, you're picking against him. What's wrong with you? You're dumb. Watch, he's going to get dominated. He's going to get dominated. He's going to get dominated. And then he goes out there and it happens. But that's the name of the game. Like, this is the sport we're in. Like, and the thing I love about Gerald is he knows how to take a loss like a man. Like, he sat there afterward. He tweeted out like, well, that went wrong. And just that type of energy he brings. That's why I love the guy so much. Like, he's not going to sit there and be down. He's not going to hide in the woods or something like that. Like, he sat there, took it on the chin, and then he was back up there tweeting back to normal. And, you know, that's why you love the guy.
I hear you. So Chimaev, I'm sure you saw Dana White today announce, Chimaev announced on Twitter, Dana White confirmed that his next fight will be a main event in the United States of America, most likely Las Vegas, I would think in the Apex. So as we sort of spin it forward for him, I know there's been rumors about Damian Maia. No opponent's been named. Dana White confirmed it would be a ranked opponent. So, who would you like to see him face?
I'm hearing Damian Maia got COVID now. I don't know. Now I'm just playing around. But Damian Maia is a good matchup for him. But for me, for Damian Maia, I don't think it really makes sense. Like, he's one of those obviously it has to make sense for the guy as well, because Chimaev has a lot of hype, and you want to be the guy to stop that hype train. And Damian Maia, he's on his way out. He just said he only has a couple more fights left. I think he has one fight left on his contract. So, I don't think he wants to go out with a fight like that against a up-and-comer that's just going to try to make their name off him. I feel like he needs, one of those legacy fights. He was calling out Diego Sanchez, obviously, so that tells me he's not really looking for a very crazy competitive fight. He's just looking for a fun fight, just to go out on top, hopefully, and just leave with a win. With Chimaev, he's a monster. He got that hype around him right now.
Yeah.
Dana White said that they had that press conference for the main card and the undercard, just so they could give the undercard some light. It was for Chimaev. They made that press conference just for him, to give him hype. And he put on the show. He talked about it. He talked the talk like a McGregor, and he walked the walk. So for me, I've seen a couple guys call him out, and a ranked guy, I feel like that'll be a tough guy for him, and who's been in main events and beat tough guys. I feel like Magny, that's a great fight. And somebody just said that out. I think that Magny would be a great fight for him. He's really good on the ground. He's long, he's lengthy, so he's a good striker, and he's just very resilient. He's a tough guy. He's one of those guys where he's fought some of the best in the world, some of the biggest hype trains. When Hector Lombard came down to 170, you thought this guy's going to kill him. He came out there, put it on Magny for the first round, and then Magny broke him second and third round. He's that guy where a lot of guys don't want to fight him, or a lot of guys think he's an easier fight. They're thinking, oh, he's the easiest ranked guy. But cardio is one of those things, man. Fatigue makes a coward of us all. And it's one of those where a lot of guys break once they get tired. Once those big muscle guys, they get tired, they start breaking, and that's when Magny does his best work. So in a 5-round fight, it'll be very interesting to see how Chimaev is when he fights a guy that's good everywhere, and he's going to be in there for the long haul. He's not going to sit there and just fall. And he's taken some big hits, some big punches. I don't think he's really been knocked out that one punch knocked out at all in his UFC career. And he's fought some of the best guys, and he has a big name. So it's one of those where if Chimaev beats him, bam, he's top 10, top 5. You could start looking at that. Or if Magny wins, all right, well, he lost to a guy that's beat some of the top guys. Magny finally maybe Magny's on his run now where he could get on his title run now. He just beat Robbie Lawler, who was an ex-champ. He looked great doing it. You just need to get over that little speed hump. Always Magny, when you get on that 5 or 6 fight winning streak, he'll always have that one fight where he just looks bad and it knocks him down. Once you lose in this game one time, it knocks you down 2 steps.
Yep.
So it's a big thing.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. Bully versus Chimaev. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, like I said, I'm here for hype trains, man. I love that. Man. Just the fact that the guy talks so much. I would love that type of thing. I want to fight a guy that talks and that leads up to a fight. It makes the fight funner to me. So and for me, I'll have fun doing it. Where a lot of guys, they take everything to heart and they take everything where they get mad about everything, and there's just they literally get upset about the stupidest things. When you see that nowadays with all these fighters trying to trash talk and stuff on Twitter and use trash talking to get fights, and they're doing it to guys that don't really do that. Marvin Vettori will sit there and call out Chris Weidman in the worst ways. Weidman's not one of those guys. Weidman's one of the respected guys in the sport, and I feel like you have to come at him with respect to earn that fight. He's not going to come at you with, oh, you're a sissy, why are you running away, Weidman? Weidman's a champ. Weidman's fought some of the best in the world. So it's not one of those guys you could come at with, hey, are you scared? Come and fight me, man. Be yourself.
Yep.
That's what I tell these guys, and you can't fake it.
Yep, I'm with you. So, episode 2 of Remember the Show. What an absolute pleasure it is to introduce someone who really does need no introduction, but former WWE superstar, former UFC fighter, and current CFFC commentator. I'm happy to introduce you or welcome CM Punk to the program. Mr. Punk, thanks for the time, sir. What's up?
Oh, thanks for having me. Nothing. I'm just making sure my dog's not going to start barking because I'm talking to you guys. He doesn't like it when we're on the phone. So
you're the second biggest star we've ever had on the show. We just had Jared Flash Gordon on there last week.
Yeah, so, I understand. I wasn't upset when you didn't ask me first. I figured, anybody who could live with you and be a roommate with you deserves to be on the show for the first time.
I wanted to make sure we got the kinks out of the way before we brought you on. I wanted to be professional. I got us a new sign right now. I got me a new watch. I hope you guys see it. I'm trying to get it on camera.
How's your internet? You got horrible internet out there in the suburbs, don't you?
Really? Is it lagging?
It's a little bit. I don't know. As long as the fans are happy, who cares, right?
That's true. But did you watch the fights last weekend?
Of course. I feel like it's the only thing to watch. Well, I mean, there's baseball and hockey and I guess football's starting, but yeah, it seems like there's fights every weekend. We're spoiled. I feel like we're spoiled with really, really good fights.
What do you think about Chimaev?
I feel the same as you do, man. Like I 9 out of 10 times I'm picking Gerald. And I think because of the way the sport is, the fans are always going to latch themselves onto whatever's the hottest hype. And he's got it. You can't, I personally can't deny him because he KO'd Gerald, and I know how tough Gerald is. I just feel like Gerald's been getting off to slow starts lately. It's like he might have to start having his first round in the locker room before he comes out.
That's one of the biggest things I was saying. I was talking to a lot before the fight where I said Gerald's a very slow starter, and Chimaev comes out super hard, super fast, and it's one of those where you can't give him that first step. Like you can't let him get that first step out. When a guy like that who's undefeated and he has so much confidence is a big thing. You have to get to the middle before him. You have to go to the middle before him and show him that you're not going to back down. You're not going to back out. And, Gerald's been in the game so long, and, when you have over 40 fights, you just have that comfort level in there where you don't have that fear anymore once you get there. So it's like, it's just another day in the office for you where you don't have that nervousness anymore, I feel like. And he's just so relaxed in there. And sometimes that.
Yeah, almost too relaxed maybe.
Exactly. I feel like you get a little, overly too relaxed. And then when you're fighting a guy where you've only seen him fight twice in the UFC, who's only did wrestling and he's dominated wrestling, you're not expecting a big overhand, right? Or his striking to be that crazy hard. So you're worried about the wrestling right away. And it was just one of those things where you really can't tell anything. You can't tell Gerald what he did wrong because it was literally 17 seconds. So it's not like I said, it's the fight game. So literally one punch, 4-ounce gloves, anybody could get knocked out. It just happened to be.
Yeah, you got hit. Don't get hit. That's the advice you can give him.
Exactly.
Don't lose. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that's the worst. Literally, when you get those comments where people sit there and try to coach you and tell you, "Oh, you should have did this or did that," and you're like, "Oh, all right, thanks. I'll try that next time."
Right. Coaching is one thing, but being malicious just to be malicious, like LOL, both your teammates lost. I think you got to take all that with a grain of salt because these people will never, anything that anybody says to me on the internet that they wouldn't say to me if they saw me on the street, I'm just like, okay. Everybody's a character now. Everybody's just working, brother. Everybody's playing. No, I was just messing with you. Okay, I get it.
But like our next topic, right? Like what you just said right now, where I feel like we're in the age now where people feel like they could say whatever they want and not get held accountable for it. So like we live in an internet age where people will sit there and say the dumbest things to you just because they're on the internet and they don't have a profile picture. You don't know where they're from, what to do. But like our next topic is Colby Covington, where it was like one of the biggest things of the week where, he just beat Tyron Woodley, and some of the stuff he was saying after the fight, like, okay, you could say before the fight, like he wasn't really talking before the fight. He was out there, he was hiding, training and not really saying much, not leading up to the fight. And people are like, man, how come he's not doing any social media? No social media. Then after the fight, he wins. And then all of a sudden, that's when he starts talking all that trash afterward. And then when you're bringing into a big topic like Black Lives Matter, and you're bringing into a topic that's big in the United States right now, and like you're picking a side with that, that's like you're showing the world where people say like, oh, he's playing a character where he's being racist. You can't play a character where you're being racist. Like you're either racist or you're not. Like with sports, it's an interesting
It's very interesting, right? Because Colby is obviously going the route of pro wrestling. I don't think it's any secret if Vince McMahon offered him a bunch of money to be a pro wrestler, I think he would jump at the chance. Some might say that that's actually currently where he would rather be. The thing about Colby is he's a great fighter. He just wasn't gaining any traction, so he adopted this character. Do I think he really believes all these things that he says? No, I don't, because I watch him cut these promos, and it's not believable to me. I understand what he's doing. I'm just talking about coming from the background of pro wrestling, that when you're in front of a crowd and you're cutting a promo, my number one rule is always I have to believe what I am saying. Because if I don't believe what I'm saying, the people are going to see right through it. Not all the people, but some of the people, and that's enough to get the audience to be able to sniff out if you're genuine or not. He's doing it to get a rise out of people. He's doing it to gain traction, move up the rankings, get big quote unquote money fights, and that's the thing. It's not the fight business, it's the entertainment business, and it's the shit talk business. I remember that's a quote from the boss, Dana. I remember him telling me that. He was like, look, everybody is just going to talk shit about you. Win, lose, or draw. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's going to talk shit about you. The thing with Colby is he's touching such a raw nerve where people are in the streets being murdered by people who are supposed to be protecting communities. So it's a little bit more sensitive than your average trash talk, right? It's everywhere. And yeah, it's, a big part of me wonders if you're playing that racist character, if there's not something, underneath. But then again, it's part of its acting. Are actors who portray, the Nazis in Schindler's List, are they really racist? But it's different, right? Because fighting's real. It's not acting. It's not pro wrestling. And the thing of it, what I go back to is Colby is a great fighter. He could rest on the names that he has beat. He has beaten world-class guys, Dos Anjos, Woodley, Damian Maia. But for some reason, he just never was interesting, and he felt the need that he needed to do something so shocking that he needed to do this to draw interest and to, I don't know, get likes or tweet to fan. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, but the thing, like you said, where you have to believe the stuff you're saying to make the fans believe it. Like, a million of the fans don't believe what Colby's saying, and a lot of the fans don't believe it. But like you said, there's nothing on TV right now, so this is one of the sports where it's getting the limelight right now. And like you said, we're living in an era right now where this topic, it's like so hard outside. People are protesting. People are dying. Like, I could sit there and only imagine if a guy who really doesn't know who that Colby's playing a heel, that this is just fake, and he sees that and he takes it as racist, and he sees him walking down the street or something like that. Now we live in a day and age now where people shoot first and ask questions later. So it's like, for your own self and for your own protection, and like even for kids nowadays, where being an athlete and then him like calling out LeBron James or something like that, guys that are like doing so much philanthropy work and literally open up I Promise School and stuff like that, where those guys are actually putting their foot forward and actually using their money for good. And you're calling out those guys, and then you see kids now are going to look at Colby and say, oh, he's calling out LeBron. Why is he calling out LeBron for? Maybe LeBron is wrong, or maybe LeBron is bad. And kids just don't understand that he's just playing that role. And like you said, like, he's talented, but he has talent, but no character. That's the thing that's the thing I wanted to say. Like,
I think, all around, that's a lot of great stuff, a lot to unpack there. We could probably go on this for an hour. However, it's an MMA show, not a podcast, an MMA show. We're going to do Bully's Bix. Let's go. All right, Bully. Ooh.
Oh, look who's here.
Yeah, we're ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he got his kid on the show, Punk. He's trying to win the fans over.
Mr. Allen, good to see you. My name's Jason. Nice to meet you. You probably know the other guys, but
yeah, what's up, man?
great to meet you, man. My brother says some great things about you, bro.
Yeah, man. It's nice to meet you as well.
Welcome. I know it's an honor for you to be on our show. How does it feel for you to be a part of the second episode? This is history right here.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. My daughter's excited too, as you can tell.
Maybe there'll be a challenge with her later. So just keep her nearby.
Yeah, if we get whatever the onion is, she's got that. She got kids.
But
all right, Billy. So you want to take them through, and obviously, Punk, Allen, you guys can get in where you want. So, Bully, we'll start, and I'm sure I'll get some heat on the pronunciations, but we'll just start with the main card, firing right away. Zubaira Tuhugov, slight favorite, featherweight division over Hakeem Dawodu. Probably butchered that. Fire away, Bully.
That's a very good fight. Both guys are hungry, and they're both on good wins right now. But I'm going to go with Zubaira right now. He trains with Khabib, and they've been down in Dubai, I think, for at least a month now. So, I feel like he's going to be more acclimated to the time zone and everything. And, he trains a killer, so I think he's a killer.
Got it. Moving along, women's bantamweight division, Ketlin Vieira. It's minus 200, slight favorite against Sijara Eubanks. I guess she fought 10 days ago. The factor, slight underdog there. Who you got in that one?
Sijara looked good her last fight. She fought a tough opponent, and she's tough through it. For me, I think a lot about fighting is about momentum and getting ring time. And she's already fought twice this year, so I think I'm gonna go with Sijara right now. I feel like she's on a hot streak, and just being that comfort level, being in a cage with no fans that you're not used to. She's going to be comfortable in there, and she's just going to have that same momentum going on.
Got it. So the next three, we got to let Punk and Allen get it. Yeah, go ahead, CM.
No, I like Sijara a lot, and I agree with what Bully said about momentum. She's staying active, and I think that's really important. And she seems to be one of the fighters that's really grasped fighting with no fans. When I do commentary on these CFFC shows, some fighters really do shine more than they have when there's a crowd. I think it just makes it feel like it's your gym, you're training, you're sparring.
It's a great point, and you watch some of these NBA games, in different spots where you see certain guys just light it up in a bubble with no fans, and you wonder, and no disrespect, but you wonder, is there where the fans are around, what it sort of changes for them? It's got to be something mental or inside. Anyway, yeah. So the last three fights, and Brendan, you jump in whenever you want. Bully, you could start. Brandon Royval, Kai Kara France. This should be a good one. Flyweight division, Kara France. Minus 240, Royval plus 190.
That's a crazy number right there. But I like Brandon Royval. He was one of those guys where his debut was very good, and he said that he quit his full-time job after that fight. So I'm interested to see him with the full-time training camp and only training. So I'm gonna go with him right there. I like the underdog there.
I'm gonna go with Kai Kara. I think the experience is gonna be a big factor. I think he's fought some really good guys. He's tough as well. I don't know. I just have a feeling that his experience is really going to show against Royval. But then again, Royval is really tough, and he's very hungry right now. His last
I didn't know what's your pick percentage, Brendan. I didn't know that.
100%, bro. Every time, 100%.
Ooh.
Don't pick against Bully. I'm telling you that right now.
I apologize, sir.
All right, so I'm going to move on to the least talked about title fight that I can really ever imagine. The light heavyweight belt, Dominic Reyes, Jan Blachowicz. I probably butchered that, but Reyes, there's some rumblings about how maybe saying he didn't have enough camp or didn't have enough time for this one. A lot of people think he beat John Jones several months back. So certainly a great fight that's sort of flying under the radar here. So Bully, you could start it, and then we'll like to get picks from Punk and Allen here.
Yeah, like you said, it's one of those fights where they haven't really promoted it that much. I think the biggest story from the light heavyweight division was that John Jones just left. So nobody's really thinking about the other guys. I'm looking at Dominic Reyes, where he said that he felt like he needed a little more time for camp. He was the one who was saying that. But I feel like just skill-wise, he has a lot more skill than Jan. Jan lands that one punch and you're out. But Jan's had a lot of fights where they've gone the distance, and he hasn't really looked that good. Just like before his last fight, he fought Jacare, and it was like a split decision where I thought even Jacare won. But with this fight, I'm going to go with Dominique Reyes. I think striking's going to be a lot faster than Jan's, and he's going to land a lot more than him.
Mr. Punk?
I think I'm going with Dominic too. He's got that Toyo Tires sponsorship money. So hopefully that goes a long way. I was really impressed with him against John Jones. I'm not going to argue who won that fight or whatever, but it's pretty historic fight considering this is the first time in what feels like 10 years. It's got to be 10 years, right? That there's going to be a new light heavyweight champion not named John Jones or Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, that's a good point.
It really is. When did John win that title? 2010, 2009?
Amazing.
Has it been
Let
that
me check
long?
with my stats guy.
Yeah,
Cody?
Get the fact checker on that. But I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's two guys that were probably in line to get a shot at John Jones. I'm excited to see what John does next, going to heavyweight, and these are the two guys who are most deserving. But if I had to pick, and I do because that's what this is about, I'm picking Dominic.
BA, who you got?
Dominic Cruz for sure. I agree with Bully.
Who's Dominic Cruz?
On this one.
Oh.
Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Cruz got on the Paul Felder diet, and he's fighting at his light heavyweight now.
Exactly. They kind of mimic each other. But no, Dominic Reyes, I agree with Bully when he says that he's going to outstrike Jan. He's going to have more punch output, which is going to give him a better chance to win.
So moving on to the main event. When my brother has conversations about the greatest of all time, and I'm looking forward to this fight more than any fight I've ever looked forward to. All those types of conversations just fall very deaf on my ears. I don't like the greatest of all time, all that different eras, whatever. So I'm really riding him about that. However, to get two guys undefeated like this, sort of peaking and sort of meeting in a spot like this, I really think it's a gift to the MMA world. I think like 63% of the Anik and Florian podcast listeners actually picked Paulo Costa. So dying to hear all three of you get after this one. The champ, Israel Adesanya, versus the also undefeated Paulo Costa.
Man, this main event's literally got me the most excited out of any main event coming up, honestly. It's like right up there with the Khabib Gaethje fight, where it's two undefeated monsters. Literally, nobody's really even competed with them except for Israel. I mean, last fight, a lot of people were hating on it, but I mean, it takes two to tango. And I feel like Yoel's one of those guys where he was just backed off and he was like doing it on purpose as a game plan. And that messed up Israel a little bit. He wasn't expecting that. But for this fight, like, Costa's going to come forward. Costa's going to come. He's going to throw. And with all the trash talk and stuff between them two, they're going to try to knock each other's head off. But Israel, his counter striking is just so good. His footwork's so good. And I feel like Costa he literally moves forward. He doesn't have anything special about his striking. He's just very tough, very strong, very powerful, and he just throws until you drop. And with that, I don't think Israel is going to let him do any of that. Israel's not going to let him put him on defense. He's not going to stay there and ball up and let him tee off on him. I think he's going to catch him with a counter strike, kind of like he caught Whitaker with. And I honestly feel it's going to be a quick finish for me. I'm going with Izzy.
Interesting. BA, let's you go first. Punk, you'll seal it up.
Well, let's be honest. They're no Brendan Allen, but if I had to choose, this one's a toss-up for me. But if I had to pick a name, I think I'm going to go with Costa. I think it's his power. I think the way he works the body is going to be a big factor. Although they are in the big cage, I think Costa will be able to get close to him and eventually wear, like I said, on the body. And the way he puts his combos together, I think he'll be able to catch Adesanya at some point.
Okay, the hater in me wants to say that USADA hasn't figured out what Costa's on yet. But that's just the hater in me. This guy's built like a He-Man, Masters of the Universe figure. You know what I mean? And like he cuts so much weight. It never seems to affect him. Izzy is Izzy. I don't think anybody needs to bolster up how good Izzy is. Even in his kickboxing career, when he's lost to the elite of the elite. I agree with you, Jason. This is a gift. This is a gift fight for MMA fans. Both guys undefeated. What is going to get either guy the win? I'm not really sure. Speed kills. I think Izzy's going to be faster, and he's going to be faster earlier. Will that wane as the fight goes on? I don't know. But both guys have gone 5 rounds with people, or at least 3. I don't know if Costa has ever done 5 rounds, which could be the story of the fight.
Yeah, he's never
whoever shows up. Yeah, whoever shows up in the best shape, whoever has the best camp, no distractions, no outside interference or anything like that, shows up on point, I think is going to win this fight. And I think Izzy, because of his last fight with Yoel Romero, is bent on proving himself. And it's not often that the champion has to prove himself. So I think that has lit a fire under him as well. I think he is going to win this fight.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed. So, Bully, we going to do a game show tonight or what?
That's what everybody's here for. That's what the fans are here for. These guys are here to win some real gold.
Check my heart rate.
Guys, for my sponsors, BBS King. Shout out to BBS. Shout out to House of Rugs. You guys can pick out yourself a rug from House of Rugs after this game show. That's what I was looking for, Cody. Right there. So let's get this game show started.
So scared.
Now, tell me that wasn't a cool intro to the game show, Punk. All right, guys. These are the game show rules. All right. These are going to be back and forth questions. You guys will pick a category. I'll read the question out, and the first person to shout bully, they get to answer the question. And Jason will be there to tell me the tiebreakers. We had a little argument between Jared and Lou about who yelled it first. So, Jason, make sure you got your eyes open.
Yeah.
And then after one person gets 2 questions right, the other person has to do a challenge. And then after the losing person does 3 challenges, then that person wins, leaves with our grand prizes, House of Rugs, and a fresh gold from BBS King. These are great prizes right here. Dude, you know freaking the king of Morocco uses that rug. Here are the categories for today, guys.
It's not that I'm not excited. I'm just terrified.
Spell that name. I will be saying a UFC fighter's names. You would have to spell them. Name that fighter. I'm going to be saying 3 or 4 clues about a fighter, and you have to name which fighter that is. Riddle me this. These are easy riddles. Both of you guys seem like smart guys, so think about them quick, and they'll be very easy for you guys. And then famous movie lines. Since Brendan doesn't watch any sports besides fighting, I had to go with movies. Because I think everybody watches movies, unless you don't have Netflix. But, yeah, those are our categories for today, guys. Since Punk came on the show first, since he was early, and Brennan, you came late, even though I told you the right time to come on. Early is on time. So, Punk, you get to pick the first category. First question.
This dude.
He's on that Louisiana time.
Hey, he said
7:45
Central.
It's for 100.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, famous movie line. Okay. I'm going to read it like they do in a movie. This guy's a gangster? His name's Clarence.
Bully.
Brendan.
8 Mile. Eminem.
8 Mile? Eminem. That is correct. See, I know you don't watch movies. You don't watch.
I told you, bro. I shoot my cups.
Have you ever watched that movie, Punk?
I've never seen it. No.
You serious? God damn.
I have wrestled. I have wrestled in that same building in Detroit, though, that they filmed it in.
Oh, that's awesome.
St. Andrews Hall.
You see the rap battle that B-Rabbit was
main event in Madison Square Garden.
All right. Tooting your own horn. All right, Brendan, you're up. Pick the next category.
Let's go. Name that fighter for 300.
Name that fighter for 300. Look at you.
We're going to get right to the work.
He used to work as a collector for a loan shark. He watched his best friend die. He's a southpaw with terrible defense, and he won the heavyweight title as a huge underdog. Name that fighter. Come on, guys.
Man, you couldn't put a date on there or nothing for us.
Come on, guys. You're embarrassing me here. 5 seconds. 4, 3. No guesses. 2, 1.
I don't even know.
Point the answer.
If I get,
Rocky Balboa. You guys never watched Rocky?
I thought we were
never
talking
seen a
about real
Rocky
fighter.
movie in my
He's
life.
a real fight. You serious? What do you watch?
Yes, I'm serious. Because I know what
Really?
happens. Why would I want to watch it?
All right, Brendan, pick another category. That was an easy question. You guys Lego.
Famous movie lines for 200.
Famous movie lines for 200. All right. Invention is 93% perspiration, 6% electricity, 4% evaporation, and 2% butterscotch ripple.
Man,
I
what
try to
kind of
sound
movie-
like you guys.
What kind of movies are
Bully.
you watching, dog?
I heard a bully.
Fuck. Answer.
Waterboy?
What? Come on, dude. Willy Wonka and Chocolate, dude. Are you guys serious right now? How do you guys not watch that movie?
It's your the way you say it's throwing me off, dude.
I said it with excitement. That's how Willy Wonka said it. But Paul, you got the answer wrong. So you know what that means? It's time for the
No, I
challenge
don't know
wheel.
what that means.
Cody, challenge wheel. So we got to see what challenge you have to do, Paul, since you missed two answers so far. Oh, okay. This is an easy one. Juggling man. You have to juggle 3 pieces of fruit for 10 seconds. If you don't have fruit, 3 things that you could juggle for 10 seconds.
I got fruit, but I juggle.
You gotta at least attempt to juggle.
You just want me to attempt this?
You can attempt to juggle.
All right.
Yes. If you
Okay,
decide
hang
you
on,
don't want to
hang
do that, if you decide you don't want to do the challenge for either of you guys can just do burpees.
I'm a
10
coward.
burpees saying I'm a coward.
I'm not doing burpees.
I'm a true fan, bro. I watched last week's episode. I'm a coward.
You get prepared.
Dude, last week, I mean, Jared got cold shower. Before you can even say the word shower, dude's up, walking to the shower. I mean, dude, you're in full compliance. Belal.
Did you
Jared,
see?
Jared was not naked on camera. Jared has no fear.
I know.
I'm
Did
sure.
you see how fast he got that camera angle? It was just like boom, done.
Yeah, right?
Like right to it, dude. Where'd he go? Down the street to buy the fruit? Yeah.
So, BA, are you in Milwaukee? House of Rugs? Get a little plug.
That's our sponsor again, House of Rugs, guys. All right, ready?
This is not going to go well. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me get my timer ready. Let's see how long you can even last.
I mean, this is. But do you want to see what awfulness I'm working with? I have a grape.
What the heck is that?
I have a blueberry,
What the?
What?
and I have a ridiculously large banana. And you can quote me. I have a ridiculously large banana.
All right, let's
Go.
Let's
Go.
go. I'll do the juggling music for you.
It's just I'm now just throwing.
Now you're
Circle
just,
gets a square.
now you're just juggling a banana and a grape.
Yep.
Hey,
Because I don't know where the blueberry went.
That was a great
Challenge.
try. That's enough. That was enough. That was good. That was a great try. You showed a lot of heart out there.
All right, BA can pick another category while CM's Punk getting himself back together here.
Let's go with spell that name for 100.
Ooh, spell that name for 100. The current UFC
This is
lightweight
nasty.
champion.
Ooh,
Who wants to attempt it?
Bully.
All right, Brendan. Go ahead.
We have to do the whole name or what?
Okay. Do
Yeah,
the
the
whole
whole name.
The whole name.
Oh man.
Man, if you can't even get the first name right, that's like a double X.
KH. No. KHABIB.
Okay.
NURMO. Is it?
That's wrong. It's not an O.
It's
Like,
an A,
how many
but-
times you watch fights? You could have told me to use it in a sentence, and then you would have had a better pronunciation.
Yeah, that's my fault. I'll take that out.
That's 1 X for Brendan. You're up, Punk.
That's a hard one. That's your Louisiana public school system's hard at work there.
What do you want me to do, man? I got to do what I got.
I'll go with riddle me this for 100.
Okay, there you go. This is what I like. What has to be broken before you can use it? Has to be broken before you can use it. Come on, guys. Come on. 5, 4, 3. Come on, dude. You guys never made eggs in the morning? You have to crack an egg before you can use it.
What if you boil it?
I thought that was a simple question right there.
I got to be honest, it was on the tip of my tongue, but I certainly would have been able to spell even Khabib. So, all right.
All right, Punk. You can pick another
Still
category.
in my court here. All right.
Yeah, we're still in your
All
court.
right, I'll go famous movie lines for 300.
Oh, okay. I like this one. This is a good one. Say what? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
Bully.
Punk.
Pulp Fiction.
Boom, baby.
Oh, I would have never got that.
Well done all around.
Did you say I
Nice
would have
job,
never
Bully,
got
on that
that?
question, Reed.
Did I have a good Samuel L. Jackson accent? Was that decent?
It
Outstanding.
was good. It was all right.
All right. You know what that means? That's 2 wrong for Brendan.
Let's go.
Challenge time. Let's spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Yeah, I know, right?
Ooh. You got to take a shot of mustard. You have yellow mustard?
I get it. Yeah, of course. The boss is gonna get it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You're white.
Hey, we're a team. Teamwork. Hey, so that means she's gonna take half of it. I'm gonna take the other half. No.
If you can get her to do that, I would be impressed.
Really? All right. Bet. I got you. Hey, Ben. You gotta take half.
While we're waiting for this mustard to get here, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, House of Rug and BS King. Shout out to
all the way out.
these guys supporting the showcast from the start.
You see that? Haters can't stop these diamonds from shining.
Oh man, that's a good shot of mustard right there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a good
sick.
Yeah,
She got
it's
a real shot.
legit. It's in a shot glass and everything. I don't think
right?
I own a shot glass.
I don't drink, so I don't know where she got it from.
Get it.
She's married to you. She drinks.
Oh yeah, she's almost an alcoholic with her wine.
Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Ugh.
I mean,
Chaser. What is
Ugh,
wrong
that was
with you,
nasty.
Belal? Like what? Who's wrong with you? Who comes up with
right?
Ugh.
Woo!
That right there was an easy one.
Man, I mean, Belal, I don't know why. No one says no to you for, I'd be doing burpees all night.
These are the type of guys I want on the show. Guys that aren't afraid to do these challenges. That's why
Exactly.
I pick my contestants very carefully, and I choose them very carefully. They have to go through the whole application process. These guys put the resume in early, and that's why they got picked.
Hey, as many L's as Bilal's taking in the gym from me, I have to take one right now.
So that's one challenge each, guys. That's 2 more challenges left for each of you guys to do to find our winner. Punk, next category.
Let's wrap up famous movie lines for 400.
Famous movie lines 400. They may take our lives,
Bully.
but they will never. Punk.
Oh, I'm blanking on the damn movie name.
What the heck? You didn't let me finish.
Damn. Hey, 5.
Go
4.
ahead. Go ahead. Oh my God.
Braveheart. Come on.
I forgot
That's an
the name.
Because you didn't let me finish the line. Like if you let me finish the line and I would have said freedom, I would have put really
No,
good
I
effort.
wouldn't. My memories.
That might have connected the dots, too.
Yeah, we'll give you the extra couple seconds. So that's one extra.
All right.
Brennan,
All
you're
right,
up.
BA. Pick a category, sir.
Name that fighter for 100.
Name that fighter for 100. He was on welfare. He was also a plumber.
Bully.
Brennan.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, look at you. You don't watch sports, but you watch Conor McGregor. I see you.
I watch
That's
fighting.
2 in a row. That's another X for you, Punk. You know what that means. It's
Spin the
time.
wheel.
Spin that wheel.
Where's that onion at?
Oh, come on. There's a lot funnier one. That one. Oh, that's a good one. All right.
Okay. So what do I got to do?
You got to go outside with a pot and pan, hit it, and scream Happy New Year's.
Oh,
I wish
okay.
I would have got that one.
For how long?
I wish I would've
Is that
got
all
that
I got to do?
Just for 5 seconds. As you're screaming it. There has to be effort in your scream. And with the pot and pan, as you're hitting it.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
was
going to.
done.
Hey, babe, can you help me out here? You
Dude,
can.
he's got teamwork too.
Well, let's give another shout out to our sponsors, BBS King and House of
Okay.
Rugs.
I'm on my own here. So
Belal Muhammad just out to ruin your night. You know,
You gotta love the dedication. Bringing the camera with him,
okay, I got a pot.
all mic'd up.
I'm telling you, I mean,
Bully knows how to book a show.
Giant.
Let's put it
I'm
that
just
way.
bringing it with me.
I'm telling you guys, these guys are fearless out here. These guys are
Calm
not
down.
afraid of challenges.
Larry.
I mean, it's as real as it gets. These are UFC fighters, Belal.
Calm down.
Bring Larry.
I'll be right back.
Why were you making a cameo?
You wouldn't be able to do that one because you would bring it up.
No,
Oh, you're outside. You have are you living in a mansion?
we frozen.
He was talking about my internet.
Yes, he's gone. Well, so I'm seeing you two boys who I don't want to see. He's probably banging on the pot right now, and we have no
We're
idea.
missing it.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
That's all right.
You see me?
Oh, now we see you. Let's get him on the big screen. Go. Come on.
Oh, all we need is a connection. I hear it.
Good old Chicago.
Tell me that worked.
You had terrible internet, but we'll give you that one.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I went outside. What do you want from me?
A better
Did it.
service.
At least it takes him going outside for his internet to be bad, Belal. Let's be real.
Even though my internet's bad right now. What am I paying $20 a month for?
I walked out into the street. There's no internet in the street. Out is strong, but it's not that strong.
Belal, I think your internet guy is your sign guy too.
All right, guys. That's 2 challenges for Punk. He gets 1 more challenge. Brennan, you're leaving with the gold and the rug. Let's get their next question. Brennan, pick it.
Name that fighter for 200.
Name that fighter for 200. He's also an actor known for his role in Ghost Story. He walks around at 59 pounds more than his normal weight class.
Oh,
He was
Bully.
born in Philly, and he's not really a dragon. Who said it?
Me.
Oh, Brennan?
Paul Felder.
Boom! That's correct. Come on, Paul. Can you even attempt it?
No, I don't like Paul. I knew the answer. I just didn't want to put Paul over.
Hey, shout out to my boy. Shoot the cuffs.
All right, Brennan. You need this right here, Punk. This is Game 7 of the World Series. You're about to go home. You don't want to lose this. Let's go.
All right.
And then next category.
Let's finish it off. Name that fighter for 400.
Name that fighter for 400. He's very good looking. He's a
Oh, boy.
welterweight.
Bully. Belal Muhammad.
No way, dude. You didn't even let me finish.
The fix
didn't
is
have
in.
to.
The fix is in.
When I saw it could have been in the NBA, I was like, dude, Belal Muhammad all day. You know?
Oh my God. The fix is in.
A lot of people don't know that about me. I really appreciate that you brought that up, that I could have been in NBA. There's a lot of haters out there that don't believe
I will
me.
drive out to the burbs and dunk on you right now.
But that's two misses, Punk. We got to get your last challenge out the way. I'm sorry, but we got to spin that wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, Phil. He sent me all the answers before the show.
I believe it.
Dude, it's nasty. Don't do it.
It's a shot of mustard.
I don't even know if I have mustard. What's the alternative?
I'm a coward.
Second spin. That's the alternative.
We can do a second spin if you choose.
What's
no
that?
burpees?
You can do it. You can do a second.
Do you want to do a second spin, or you want to do a second spin, or you want to pick a different condiment?
I'd rather do a second spin if you don't want the mustard.
Well, I don't have mustard.
Okay. Well, we'll do a second spin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
I wish I would have got that one.
Okay. You have to eat something from the fridge with the letter V.
It's got to start with the letter V.
That's
If you don't
correct.
have anything that starts with the letter V, you could have anything that has the letter V in there.
Anything with the letter V in there.
Vanilla ice cream.
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, avocado.
That's an A.
I have.
What are you talking about my schooling?
Vodka.
He just said anything with a V in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to start with a V. Anything with a V in it, you're good.
Anything with a V.
Anything with a V in it.
My boy, Adele.
Yeah. All right. So I can do a vanilla almond milk ice cream sandwich.
That sounds good.
That's it.
It's real
Give them
torturous.
a shout out.
Guys.
Maybe they'll sponsor us. What's the brand?
So delicious. This stuff's banging. You don't need dairy ice cream. No, I just
So
dropped
Brendan Allen wins, pounds down a shot of mustard, right? And Punk's eating an ice cream sandwich as the loser. So we got to tweak some things, right?
That is
Hey,
great.
I was hoping I get the V because I had the vanilla ice cream ready.
It was delicious. I don't feel like a loser.
Man, one of the challenges today was the prank call Jared Gordon. I was really hoping that one of you guys would spin and hit that wheel. You would have prank called him. That would have been hilarious.
Well, let's just do it anyway.
How do you prank call people in 2020? Like how would he not know it was me?
Well, because it's
you got to hit *67. I don't know if that still works or not.
It does.
Is that a
Does it
thing?
still work?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to
I
bring.
thought it
you
was
boys-
*69.
No, *67, Belal. You're right.
What's his number?
Let's call him. I'll call him and then we'll put him on speaker, and then one of you guys
Crank
got to
him right
hang up
now.
Dana White.
Wait, *67, and then tell me. No, you can't tell me his number. It's over the internet, right? You don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to put him out there like that.
Belal, come on for the show, bro.
Hold on, let me type it in, guys. I'll put it on speaker and see if you guys can hear it.
We're not going to be able to hear it.
You guys can't hear it?
Oh, I can hear that. I can hear it.
Let's see if he answers private calls. Or maybe he's watching the show and he doesn't want to
If he's
answer.
smart, he won't. Cut a promo on him. Tell him, say you're Chimaev and you want to fight him next.
You have reached the
Go to
voicemail
featherweight.
917.
Oh. Let me cut that off, guys. It was going to say his phone number.
It's dangerous, man.
But
Well, we got to bring these boys on when we got more time to talk, because my brother's been blowing up both your spots all day, talking about how good of a voice CM Punk has for broadcasting, and he wants me to ask Punk about BA as a contender. But, remember the show is kind of all over the place, so we don't got time for that today. But we appreciate you all being on here and love to have you both back, seriously, but we can chop it up a little more about your careers.
Definitely. Thank y'all for having us.
Belal, everybody at Rufus Sports knows I'll do anything for them. So Belal knows I'll come on anytime he needs me.
thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Shout out to Brendan Allen. Shout out to our sponsors, BBS King, House of Rugs. Next week, it's looking like we're going to have Darren Till on the show. Make sure you guys are tuning in. That's our next challenge. I'm going to try to get Mike Perry to face him. So we'll see where that goes. But Brendan, Your gold's gonna be in the mail. Your rug's gonna be in the mail, and we're gonna get this thing going.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for
Fellas,
having
have a
us.
good night. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Remember the
Congratulations,
show.
Brendan. See you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Phil.
Peace.
Later, brother.